Hey, this is Lorena and I wanted to do a video for you. Yes, I have a making, building, piecing kind of video, but you don't have to do it the way I did it. This is a bullet journal organizer or pouch keeper. I don't know exactly what to name it, and so this is what it looks like. Originally, I created this to put my makeup brushes in, and it didn't really work the way I wanted it to, so it kind of sat around. And this year, I started bullet journaling. And I use bullet journaling not to plan my day or organize myself, but more to document the month and events that happened, things that went on, dreams that I had, or things that I am so proud that I accomplished, or in a sense more a diary, not necessarily a planner. I use an Erin Condren to do that, to do my daily planning and organizing and cleaning and getting stuff done, but I use a bullet journal more like a diary and more as I guess an artistic outlet to just express myself about things that maybe I'm dealing with or struggling with, and so I bullet journal that way. So here's my bullet journal. I have it in here. What is neat about this pouch, originally wasn't for this, but I decided that I had all the tools and decorations for my bullet journaling in a bag, and it was a mess, that I thought, you know what, let me try to put it in this. It fit perfectly. And I have here all the pens that I use to do my bullet journaling and my pencil, and on the second pocket where I have all my rules. Surprisingly enough, this worked wonderfully. So I thought maybe if you are a bullet journaler, that you would love having a pouch that has some of your rulers in it and some of your pens, and that it fits perfectly together. And I just thought this was so neat for this use. So I did this video a long time ago when I was doing my makeup brush tutorial, and I thought, you know, the video just sat there. I really didn't want to do another makeup bag tutorial, but you can use this for makeup bags. You can also use this for your quilters to keep all your quilting tools, like your scissors, your marking pens, your rulers that you need, the small ones and stuff. So you can use it for that. I'm just personally using it for bullet journaling. Also, I also have a small clip, maybe it's not a small clip, on how to make these triangles. These triangles are scraps that I still have. Let me show you, from a quilt that I did 3 years ago, and I love the fabric. It's glittery. Look, it's shiny, glittery. And I just can't see myself to get rid of it. So I'm trying to find different ways to use it. I did use one for, I think, my makeup bag. And I am using this for this tutorial. Now, you don't have to do that. You could just get a plain piece of fabric and cut it to size and get yourself going. But I really do love how beautiful and modern and elegant this turned out, and how, you know, it just kind of fits together. I did play around with the design just to see what my eye liked, and then I went from there and built the top. So I really do hope you like this tutorial. If you're a bullet journaler, I hope you enjoy this. I hope you make one, and I really do appreciate you, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the sewing. We're going to sew today. I'm so excited. Okay, so I wanted to show you how I got those triangles for this bullet journal. You're going to need a dark and a light fabric, and these strips need to be cut 2 inches wide, and you're going to sew them together. You're going to get your Fons and Porter's ruler, triangle ruler, and you're going to cut at the 3.5 inch mark, and you're going to get these little triangles. This is part of a tutorial that I did. It's called Repeating the Cross Block Quilt. If you want to see more in depth on how to do this, you can go to that video. I'll add a link. Here you're going to sew these seams. Make sure your seams are connected, and after you do that, you're going to go ahead and iron them. Once you iron them, you're going to have 2 batches, a batch that have light material on the top and a batch that has a dark material. I ended up using 5 of the light pieces to make the top of my bullet journal. I just wanted to share with you, but you could use whatever you want. I also cut myself 2 other triangles to make myself the length that I needed for this bullet journal. Now be as creative as you possibly can. I was just playing with my scraps and I came up with this design. Don't make it hard or difficult, just play. What you're going to notice is I went ahead and put everything together, and I'm going to show you the measurements. You need everything to be 17.5 by 9. Your inside lining, your batting, and your top material. You can see that once I sewed mine, it's a little bit short. It's on the width. So I had to add 2.5 inches, but I also had to add a 1/2 inch for the seam allowance. So it was 3 inches. I divided it in half. I needed 1.5 inches on each side, so it would be as wide as I needed it to be. I also cut my back fabric the same size as my top. Now we're going to the pocket, the pen pocket section. Well, really this was going to be the makeup pocket section. My fabric is 17 inches long by 9 inches wide. I ironed it and folded it in half and sewed the top seam. What you see me do here is I got my measuring tape and found center, and I measured 1.5 inches away from the center on the right side and on the left side. As I did this, I also got a straight ruler and marked a completely straight line so that when I sewed, I didn't veer off. And in a second, you're going to see me sew it, and I found that it was too long for my pens or makeup brushes because that's what I was thinking of using it. So I drew a line, and then I did an angle line so my brushes or pens didn't fall into the pouch and disappear on me. So that's what I was doing there. Now we're going to go ahead and start working on the second pocket. What I'm going to call this pocket is the ruler pocket because in the end that's how I started using it. So here you see my fabric is 15 inches long and 9 inches wide, and I folded it in half, ironed it of course, and sewed a top seam. Now this is where you decide how you want to sew it, but whatever you decide to do, make sure you sew on the seams right on top of the other seams that you sewed. So here I decided I was going to do 4 of them, but in a minute you'll see that I kind of changed my mind because I wanted a bigger pocket in one section, so I only sewed 3 seams as you can see. Okay, so now I need to add a front pocket. This size pocket is 12 by 9 or 2 pieces 6 by 9. What happened is when I folded my pouch over, you can see all those seams that I created. So I decided to use some of the scraps I had. I used a solid triangle and a leftover piece of the triangle that I made, and I added 3 inches to that side seam. I cut another piece 6 by 9, sewed them together, ironed them, folded it over, and sewed a top stitch. And now you can see that when you cover the pouch that it looks really nice. So now it's time to finish your pouch and put it together. Ignore the aqua strip. It didn't work out what I was trying to do. I unstitched it and removed it. Here you see I have my batting, my inside lining where the pockets are, and my top fabric. And I have my top fabric facing towards the pocket. As I'm on the sewing machine, I'm trying to make sure that I'm as straight as I possibly can, and also I gave myself a 2.5 inch opening. As I'm trimming also those corners and getting rid of any excess material, I'm going to turn my pouch right side out. Once you do this, try to make sure that all your seams are really nicely sewn, and push out those corners and iron with a lot of hot steam. Again, ignore that aqua strip. I ended up removing it because it didn't help. I was thinking it helped close the pouch, but it looked kind of tacky. This is what my bullet journal looks like, or my pouch for my bullet journal. This is what the front looks like with the journal in it and the whole thing when it's open. I also wanted to show you how many pens you could put on that back fabric, that back pocket that we did. You could put a lot of pens, and here I'm showing you the rulers that I use to decorate the inside of my bullet journal, and this is one of the sayings I did to encourage myself that month. Also, these rulers I got at Hobby Lobby to make the calendars for the bullet journals, and this is where these rulers fit so perfectly. Originally I was going to use this for makeup brushes, but I honestly like it for this better. Here is one of the months that I did. That month was really hard, and I also did this month. I just wanted to show you some inside clips of my bullet journal. I use my bullet journal to encourage myself and really more like a diary. I hope you like this video. I'm personally really excited for one of my friends. Don't tell anybody. There's a great blessing coming my way. So that's why I have this song. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I don't know what to do, but I think I like it. Whoa, whoa. I know, it's my own rendition of that song. It's weird, let me just say this. It's weird how I have songs in my heart that I heard when I was a little girl. I'm just sharing. There was a song when my mom was really going through a hard time. We were on welfare, and she was driving her car, and she says, "When am I going to catch a break?" My mom. And I remember this song come out on the radio. I was a little girl sitting in the back seat, and I just remember the car was red, and the song was, "Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter." Anyway, I just love that song. I remember that time, and things did get easier, and things did get brighter. So maybe if you're going through something hard, you're going through a hard season. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Let me sing you a sweet song. I'll talk to you later. I hope you liked this video. See you later. Bye.